Now on 4 News Now, PFAS in the water supply in the West Plains. Who the state says is responsible and what's being done to fix it.
We have team coverage on the snow that is headed our way. We'll let you know how much we could get in your First Alert forecast.
And new details on the Walmart police shooting that left one man dead. What new court documents reveal coming up. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. Our team of weather experts are tracking snow making its way into our area. We have team coverage tonight. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with how much snow we could get.
Well, it is a little bit of a work in progress, but this is what we're looking at starting at about 5 o'clock in the evening on Saturday, continuing through Sunday morning in general in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area in the 2 to 4 inch range. However, there will be pockets of higher snow, higher amounts, could even get into the 5 inch range around Coeur d'Alene or more. Again, a work in progress around the entire region. Some of the heavier snowfall totals are going to be south of I-90 down into the central Panhandle and southern Panhandle mountains, but may also get into the St. Mary's area and Kellogg with some of those higher totals. Right here, we're looking at up to 5 inches, 4.5 inches, but that could even be closer to 7 inches, depending on this system coming in and how it plays out. Now, the timing of it, most of your day tomorrow will be pretty good. We do have winter weather alerts, and they go into effect at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and continue through 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. It is a winter storm watch for the heavier snow in the central Panhandle, particularly in the mountains where we could see up to a foot of snow at some of the ski areas. Forecast radar starting off at 9 o'clock on Saturday. The clouds will be increasing throughout the day, and then right about 6 o'clock, we start to see that snow moving in, and that will continue through Saturday evening. But that's when our weather picture becomes a little more complicated and where meteorologist Matt Gray picks up the next part of our team coverage with a messy weather scenario. Matt.
That's right. It is going to be a messy weather scenario. That's because there's going to be a lot of warm air that's going to come in behind that initial push of moisture that'll create that snow as we get into Saturday evening, Saturday night through about 4 or 5 in the morning on Sunday. That's what we're confident we will be seeing pretty much all snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. But there's a variety of different paths, different journeys that we could take here depending on how quickly that warmer air moves in. There's a scenario where we could be gaining snow all the way up past sunrise and perhaps even into the late morning hours before we warm up enough that either the snow stops accumulating or we start switching over to rain. However, there's also a scenario where pretty early in the morning we could start to warm above freezing, especially in Spokane, and that would significantly limit our snow totals. So there's a lot for us to be keeping an eye on, and in particular, we could see a wide variation or a quick change in snow amounts depending on how this warm air sets up, as it could get stuck as it tries to push its way into the higher terrain. For example, from Ritzville to Spokane, you are gaining elevation on I-90, and so this area that I've highlighted here in the white hatching, we could see some very widely varying snow amounts from north to south, just depending on how that all plays out Saturday night and Sunday morning. But this should give you a good idea of where we are expecting some that more impactful snow. Places like the Silver Valley, places like St. Mary's, we've got a high degree of confidence that we are going to be getting into that 4+ inch range for snow amounts, and that is really going to be slowing you down as we get into the second half of the weekend, and we're going to see snowier conditions in Coeur d'Alene than we will be seeing in Spokane. Now, of course, with warmer air comes, well, some better driving conditions if that warmer air pushes in. Chris will talk a little bit more about that and how you can plan around this weather for the weekend coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. With snow piling up on the passes, though, the Washington Department of Transportation and Washington State Patrol want to remind you to have chains handy and make sure they fit before you hit the road. Take a look at this. One semi-truck driver was ticketed for trying to use a USB cable to secure his chains. The DOT also recommends using traction tires when driving over the passes. Recently, they wanted to clarify what that means. The DOT says a traction tire is a type of tire manufactured with at least 1/8 of an inch of tread, marked with M&S or all season, or marked with a mountain snowflake symbol. Putting on your chains also makes any tire a traction tire. Well, someone is in critical condition at a hospital after police say they were hit by a vehicle in downtown Spokane. That crash happened around 2:30 this afternoon on Maple near 3rd. Police say the person was crossing the street illegally when they were hit. They were taken to a hospital with a serious head injury. The driver stayed at the scene and was cooperative with police. That driver likely won't face charges. The intersection was reopened at about 4:30 this afternoon. We have newly released information about what led up to a deadly police shooting of a suspected shoplifter at a Walmart last Sunday. Marissa Rio explains what a recently filed search warrant reveals.
According to court documents, 2 uniformed Spokane police officers were on duty at the Walmart on North Colton Street in North Spokane this past Sunday, the day Carrie Jones Hillberg was shot and killed. The affidavit not only cites what led up to the shooting, but also what his autopsy reveals. According to a search warrant affidavit, a sheriff's deputy investigating the shooting looked at both police body cam footage and store surveillance footage. He wrote that the footage shows Carrie Jones Hillberg using a magnetic device to steal protected merchandise and hide them in his jacket while he was on the phone. When officers confronted him, he tried to get away. Officers used a stun gun several times. At one point, as Jones Hillberg was running towards the exit, an officer saw a gun strapped to him in a holster and yelled, "He's got a gun." Officer Carl Richardson fired a single shot into Jones Hillberg's chest. Jones Hillberg continued to fight until he lost consciousness. The detective says that gun was stolen from Airway Heights 2 years ago. The affidavit also states that the Spokane County Medical Examiner confirms that there was meth found in Jones Hillberg's system at the time of his autopsy. Reporting in studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thanks so much. Well, there was an increased police presence at Ferris High School today because of a threat directed at the school posted on social media. The school principal sent a message to parents saying the school was made aware of the threat shared on student-run accounts. The school went into a secure and teach protocol, meaning exterior doors were locked, but the day went on as usual. Both the school district and the Spokane Police Department take these kinds of threats very seriously. Anyone information about this threat or any other suspicious activity is asked to report it. People who live in the West Plains continue to struggle with water contamination. PFAS, known for hazardous effects in humans, are found near Spokane International Airport. The airport has kept it quiet because it didn't have to report it legally. Now the Department of Ecology wants it to start the cleanup process for safety. Here's Peter Choi with our story.
I'm about 4 miles away from Spokane International Airport, and take a look at this. I spoke to a woman who owns this well, and she tells me she's worried about the water that she's been drinking for years, and this morning she even underwent blood testing. The drum containers of water stacking on top of others.
I'm 62 years old, and I carry those, and I fill them every week, and I take them in the house and I put them in a dispenser.
A West Plains resident, Michelle Baca, says the airport's silence about PFAS contamination goes against the safety of a community.
But they did know for quite a period of time. And what do I think about that? I'll just let my silence speak to that.
The Department of Ecology sent a letter to the Spokane International Airport in August to let it know it is the responsible party for PFAS contamination.
They didn't feel that there was enough evidence to identify them as a liable party. So we reviewed that response along with the groundwater reports that we had. We determined that there was enough data to name them as a liable party, which we did. And then we invited them to enter into negotiations for what we call an agreed order.
The Spokane Airport has 60 days to complete an investigation and feasibility study. The airport asked to extend the negotiation for agreed order until December.
The airport understands that their role in this, and they're actively working with us.
Once the airport signs the negotiation in January, the next step will be soil and groundwater analysis. He says the actual cleanup could start as early as next year.
I'm happy, but we can do better and we can accelerate it. Let's go exponential, the way the poison is exponentially spreading.
The DOE is inviting community members at the hub in Airway Heights next Thursday to hear more about the cleanup process and how you can get involved. Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
All right, still ahead, U of I will be taking on Albany, in the Kibbie Dome tomorrow. Why head coach Jason Eck believes his team has the advantage heading into the game. Next on 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your green!
The all-new Bet Ahead feature is now live at Caesars Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Casino. Make your picks online from anywhere before you place your cash bets. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
The Spokanites of Spokane are nestling into holiday glee. With gifts on their minds, what Santa might bring me. What can I get Grandma that isn't ugly dishes? For my uncle, a Traeger, he loves to smoke fishes. My kids now have it all, I just don't understand. Good thing the general store is a toy wonderland. A gift for everyone in one stop, I swear. Carhartt jackets, Yeti coolers, even thermal underwear.
No matter the person, how big or how small, there's a gift here for everyone. So come one and come all.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you laughs and rock and roll like never before. Live on December 14th is comedy sensation Nikki Glazer. And don't miss the biggest acts of the 80s during the 80s Rock Invasion on December 16th. All at Spokane Live. Entertainment without limits.
Welcome back. The Idaho Vandals will be hosting the University of Albany in the FCS quarterfinals tomorrow. A win for the Vandals would put them one step closer to winning a national championship. Sports director Julian Minensone joins us. And Julian, the Vandals are leaning on their home field advantage at the Kibbie Dome.
Idaho's online ticketing system shut down last night due to the influx of people wanting to secure a spot for tomorrow's game. It's expected to be a packed house at the Kibbie Dome. Head coach Jason Eck is hoping that the fans won't be the only advantage come kickoff. A flight from Albany to Moscow is nearly 5 hours. That doesn't even take the time change into consideration. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock New York time. This is also the first time Albany will be playing in a dome in 2 years. All of these things could work in the Vandals' favor.
I think definitely they're going to be out of their comfort zone. You know, again, they haven't played a lot in domes. You know, there's so many more FCS schools in the East Coast that, you know, I think they said they've only had 2 flights this year where, you know, we've had, I think, 6 flights this year, you know, for our games out west. So, I mean, that's a big part of why home field advantage is big in the playoffs.
And again, kickoff is at 7 o'clock, and the Vandals are looking for their 3rd trip to the semifinals in school history. The last appearances were 1993 and 1988.
Coming up in your forecast, we are going to be talking about the snow on the way. Let's take a look at your Saturday planner. Dry to start the day, and then we're going to bring in the chance of snow starting around 5 o'clock. A high of 34 is just about average. I'll be back with the second half of your weekend forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Wigs.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Get your groove on at Mystic Falls Casino Hotel Sunday, December 31st. You could win your share of over $15,000 in cash. Enjoy party favors to ring in 2024. Learn more at mysticquad.com.
Spokane's grand holiday tradition lives at Christmas Tree Elegance in the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square. Fabulous packages raffle to support our symphony.
We want a tree. We want a tree, and so can you.
Another successful year of making spirits bright at Cowley Park. It just keeps getting bigger and better. We couldn't do it without the wonderful help from our sponsors, Ace Hardware and Horizon Credit Union. I'm Mark Peterson with the Extreme Team.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Target Legos. Next, Inside Edition, it's a hot toy for the holidays. But this is ridiculous. Has it come to this?
They took nearly $2,000 of Lego from us.
They locked up our Lego sets. Then, controversy over the manatee named Romeo. Can you believe he's been in this little tank since 1956? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be dry and cold tonight with some patchy freezing fog. Snow comes in late in the day on Saturday. We have a winter weather advisory in effect. 2 to 4 inches in Spokane. You'll want to check back on that as we've been talking about all day. It's a little bit of a work in progress. Today, I just wanted to show you our time lapse because if you were inside, the sun sets so early now. It's 3:59 our sunset time. You may have missed the fact that we had a whole day's worth of sunshine today. Quite a treat, especially considering the week we've had. One little spot on our radar showed up this afternoon over Mount Spokane and then drifted through the Post Falls area and Coeur d'Alene. A little convective cell that put down mostly rain, but now we're seeing some snow in a very isolated area, moving into the Kellogg area, extending down through Calder, mostly in the mountains, but it has been tracking right along I-90 and moving to the east, maybe impacting Wallace. Otherwise tonight, though, look for patchy freezing fog, light winds, 24 degrees for an overnight low in Spokane. A high of 35 tomorrow with that snow developing late afternoon or early evening. Let's take a look. Here is our chance of snow throughout the day tomorrow. It's at 0 for most of the day, and then it takes a jump up to 90% right around 5, 7 o'clock. Fortunately, with so many holiday parties and shopping and coming and going and fun events going on, there's going to be a lot of people on the roads tomorrow night. So consider taking an Uber or, figuring out your transportation well in advance because it may be a bit of a struggle. Weather alerts. The purple area is an advisory, and in general, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches in this area. In North Idaho, some of those valleys, the northern valleys, we could get up to 5 inches. It is a winter storm watch for the area shaded in blue. Some of those valleys could get up to 8 inches. I'm looking at you, St. Mary's, but that is at the very high end. The mountains are looking at some impressive snowfall totals. 4th of July Pass up to 10 inches, over a foot possible at Lookout Pass. Definitely needed after the atmospheric river and the meltdown of earlier this week. Meanwhile, Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass, difficult travel at times there with some heavy snow expected and winter storm warnings in effect for the weekend. Here is a look at your planning forecast. Tomorrow, most of the day will be dry with that snow coming in late. That will continue through Sunday morning, and that's when we start to see that transition either over to rain or a rain-snow mix, warming up to a high of 37. 38 on Monday with just a slight chance of precipitation, most likely non-accumulating snow or a rain-snow mix. And then we are mostly dry other than some mountain showers through the rest of the 7-day forecast. A cooling trend as we head toward next weekend, a high of 33, which is actually not far from average. We are getting closer to the coldest time of the year and the time of year where we would expect some snow, which has been in pretty short supply, at least snow that sticks around, Derek.
Yeah, no doubt. Chris, all right, we'll talk to you again in a few minutes. Well, seasonal flu cases continue to rise across most of the country, according to the CDC. In the future, you may not have to roll up your sleeve every year for a flu shot. It's been a long time coming. Research into a universal flu shot to protect against all strains of the virus is inching forward. The global director of vaccine development at the Cleveland Clinic hopes it would encourage more people to get vaccinated. The virus wouldn't go away completely because it's present in animals as well, so the vaccine would have to be updated every once in a while.
We've now done all our preclinical testing, and we are in the manufacturing stage of our vaccines to do a human trial in 2024 and in 2025.
A universal flu vaccine is likely still about 5 years or less away. The new technology could also be useful in work on other viruses like COVID.
It will actually be able to make the vaccine more effective, long-lasting, and reduce the number of vaccinations people need to get over their lifetime.
So far this season, there have been at least 1.8 million illnesses, 17,000 hospitalizations, and more than 1,000 deaths from the flu. RSV cases are on the rise as well. RSV is a respiratory virus that causes flu-like symptoms and a nasty cough. Now, some local hospitals are considering bringing back their mask mandates.
Not even probably. We will make it a requirement if the numbers get high enough.
To learn what other factors could lead to the return of a mandate, look for this story on KXLY.com. Well, new surveillance video shows the final moments of the deadly shooting on the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus. You can see the gunman follow a campus police officer who then turns around and opens fire, killing him. Police are still trying to figure out a motive, saying the gunman had a list of people he was targeting, but ended up shooting 4 other faculty members who happened to be around. 3 of those who were shot were killed, while the 4th is in the hospital. All right, still ahead, the decision to ban menthol-flavored cigarettes has been delayed. Why some say this is dividing the black community. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some holiday fun and friendly holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays and you could win a $200 Amazon gift card courtesy of BECU. For details, go to KXLY.com/holidaypets.
You've been hearing about it, and now we've got it at Post Falls Volkswagen, the ID4 electric SUV. This SUV has a space, warranty, technology that buyers want at a price that's competitive. The ID4 was engineered to win the hearts of SUV owners ready to go electric. With a quick charge and an EPA estimated range of 260 miles.
The Volkswagen ID4, now eligible for a $7,500 lease credit.
The ID4 electric SUV, see it at Post Falls Volkswagen.
Good morning, America. Something sweet is coming your way.
Yes, next week we've got your golden ticket in the morning right here on GMA. Wake up with Timothée Chalamet and the stars of Wonka. Only on.
Good morning, America. Don't miss Wonka Week.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
we'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
Experience the magic and share the joy at Disney's Frozen, the spectacular new musical. From the producer of The Lion King and Aladdin, this beloved story comes to life on stage in an unforgettable theatrical experience. You've never seen Frozen like this.
Disney's Frozen is coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th to August 4th. Don't be left out in the cold. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com today.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Oh, wow. That train crash happened in Monroe County, Georgia. The owner of the car stalled on the railroad track and was in the process of trying to move it when he heard that train approaching. Luckily, no one was injured. A long-awaited ban on menthol-flavored cigarettes has been delayed. The tobacco industry and leaders within the black community remain divided on this issue. Critics say the Biden administration is looking to avoid alienating black voters who disproportionately smoke menthol-flavored tobacco products. CNN's Gloria Pazmino has more.
The ban against menthol-flavored tobacco products has been in the making for about a decade. Health experts have long warned about the dangers of smoking, specifically for black people who use menthol products, but the tobacco industry and powerful lobbying groups have put up a fight. Now some are blaming this latest delay on the upcoming presidential election.
The NAACP is expressing anger and disappointment at the Biden administration for delaying a ban on menthol-flavored cigarettes.
If you don't ban menthol flavor, you send a clear message that black lives do not matter.
More than 83% of black smokers choose menthols, according to a 2020 national survey on drug use and health. And the CDC says black people die at higher rates of smoking-related illnesses. But the African American community is divided on the issue, with some leaders arguing it would lead to an illicit market and more deadly police encounters.
It's becoming a political issue because of black leaders trying to make it such. You know, you have black leaders that are taking the stand of tobacco companies rather than saving black lives.
A ban would only allow the FDA to regulate the sale and distribution of menthol cigarettes. Enforcement would focus on retailers, manufacturers, and distributors, not individuals. Public health groups say the Biden administration is putting politics over people.
There's just no reason for this delay, and only one can conclude cynically that the industry has had an influence on the administration's decision.
The rule publishing that would have enacted the ban was expected at the end of this year or in January. Now public health advocates are hoping the Biden administration will reconsider. I'm Gloria Pazmino in New York. Back to you.
Well, still ahead, some firefighters are trading their fire gear for scuba gear. How they plan to keep people safe on the water all year round.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the only time of year the reindeer fly. You can't see them on their sleigh ride across the sky. Gather all your friends around or go out and paint the town. It's the only time of year the whole wide world turns upside down.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with bells of holiday.
nothing like it.
Dancing is my passion.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
I was constantly itching.
Whatever I was doing.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged 5 weeks to absolute perfection. Oven-ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast. Reserve yours immediately, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, we hope you had a chance to enjoy the beautiful weather today because we have more wet weather on the way, this time in the form of snow. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how much we might be getting.
Well, that has been a work in progress and something meteorologist Matt Gray and I, as well as Mark Peterson, have been agonizing over for the past couple of days. It's a tricky system, but we think this is the most likely scenario as we get into Sunday morning. Snow starts Saturday late afternoon, early evening, continues through at least Sunday morning, and in general, looking at 2 to 4 inches around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, with pockets where we could get in the 4 to 5 inch range, and of course, much heavier snow in the mountains. Taking a broader view, some of the heavier valley snow will be found in the Idaho Palouse, up closer to I-90, St. Mary's, not so much down around Moscow, but you could also see closer to that 4 or 5 inch range in Moscow as well. Pullman, an inch, a little over 1.5 inches, with mostly dry, not dry conditions, but no accumulating snow as we get into the southern Columbia Basin. That is where we have some warm air working its way in, and that is what is going to be the determining factor in how much snow we get. Now, the timing of things, we're going to start off Saturday morning. Dry Saturday morning, might even see some filtered sunshine through the clouds. Those clouds will be increasing throughout the day, though. And by 8 o'clock, we are looking at snow in progress from the Idaho and Washington Palouse all the way to the Panhandle and through the Northeast Mountains and the Okanagan area and Spokane. Simple enough, but it is not. This is where our story becomes much more complicated, this intrusion of warm air, and that is where meteorologist Matt Gray picks up the second part of our weather story for the weekend. Matt?
Yeah, and how fast that warm air and how far it makes it into the Columbia Basin, how far north it pushes, is going to be a huge part to watch in this pattern here. Lower elevations as you head further south in the Columbia Basin, by and large, not counting the Palouse. And then as you head further north, you get into higher elevations and you get into colder air that is a lot more difficult to dislodge, because as that warm air goes up in elevation, well, it naturally cools off a little bit. And so sometimes we get a long term, maybe even a few hours of setup where that warm air kind of sits in one spot and doesn't really move all that much. And so you have a lot of snow on one side and you have, well, mostly rain on the other. And so that is going to be something that we have to watch fairly closely. But even in places like North Idaho, where we're not really as concerned about cool air coming in until much later in the day on Sunday, there still can be some effects from this, even if it's less than the difference between no snow and a little bit of snow like we'll be seeing in eastern Washington. So this is kind of an amalgamation of the computer models from yesterday showing, especially in northeast Washington, Pend Oreille County and into Mauders Ferry and around Sandpoint, the potential for some fairly heavy snow, well above 4 inches. You look at the trend, however, today, and things are backing off in our northern counties, and instead the bulk of the moisture is getting deposited in places like Shoshone County, around St. Mary's, and more so on the Idaho side of the Palouse. And in fact, if I go back and forth here, you can kind of see that the heavier, or that the snow amounts, even on the Washington side of the Palouse, are just a little bit higher or are trending higher than they were at this time yesterday. And so across the Palouse and into Coeur d'Alene and then up to Lookout Pass, those areas especially, those are the zones that we have to be watching and where we have the most confidence now that we're going to see some of those heavier snow totals, which are really going to slow you down as you go through the day on Sunday. Chris, it will be coming back in just a few minutes with a look at your extended forecast.
All right, Matt, thank you. The fentanyl crisis disproportionately affects Native American communities. In fact, the drug-related overdose death rate for Native Americans exceeds the national rate, according to the CDC. United States Attorney Vanessa Waldriff testified before the United States Senate Committee on Indian Affairs this week about her efforts to combat this issue in eastern Washington. Just last month, the Kalispell Tribal Police Department seized over 18,000 fentanyl pills at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Waldriff tells 4 News Now she's proud of these significant prosecutions, but she's also proud of the educational and preventative measures that her team and Native American communities in the area have taken.
Trying to reach out to especially tribal youth, educate about the dangers of fentanyl, the new ways that we're seeing fentanyl come into our schools and our communities, and really give kids the empowerment to know, like, I don't have to, think that this is a drug that is a real prescription pill, but it's in fact one that could be deadly.
One tribal member says overdose deaths have been detrimental to his people.
I think it's even just bigger in Native American communities, just knowing that we're so close knit. Everyone knows everyone. We're all family. Losing one person is just, it hits us all very hard. And so I've had a lot of, there's even been youth pass away.
Now, Erickson says tribes work hard to combat this issue, but they need more funding and resources. That's why he and other tribal leaders want the president to declare a national emergency on the opioid crisis. All right, take a look at your screen here. What you're looking at is a commercial-style pill press that's been seized by police. Investigators say it's capable of making 17,000 pills per hour. Law enforcement says that was found along with a smaller pill press and a large amount of processed drugs, including cocaine, heroin, and a powder that is tested positive for traces of fentanyl. They were found after a months-long investigation involving the Regional Street Crimes Unit. Well, the Northern Lakes Fire District in Hayden is joining the Sheriff's Office on the water to keep you safe. Right now, firefighters are training and working towards their diving certifications. These firefighters won't just help with water rescues, they'll help with the Sheriff's Office investigations in the water, too. Bronte Sorotsky gives us a first-hand look at the training.
Well, these new additions to the Sheriff's Office dive team are a game changer when it comes to keeping the community safe out here on the water. Whether someone slips through ice or gets stuck in the water, these 2 Northern Lakes firefighters are swapping out their fire gear for scuba gear and will be there to help, along with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office.
One of the specialized trainings that we will be doing that the Sheriff's Office already does is actually ice diving.
4 divers from the Northern Lakes Fire District are joining the Sheriff's Office dive team.
We'll do everything from learning how to launch their boats to driving their jet skis.
They'll even help with Sheriff's Office investigations in the water.
Yeah, evidence recovery, and then also in the unfortunate events that we can't locate someone, then we have to do our search for them, and that becomes a recovery operation.
Adding firefighters to this team is a huge boost for public safety in Kootenai County. They have skills that some officers might not.
We recognize the need that there needs to be a little more diver safety, and with our medical expertise, we feel that we could provide an additional level of service to supplementing the Sheriff's Office dive team.
It's all possible through the community. Northwest Specialty Hospital donated over $7,000 to the fire district.
Pretty much we'll outfit one diver.
But to keep this going and take their number of divers from 4 to 6, they're asking for donations from the community. Until then, they'll train every month with the hopes of eventually providing 24/7 coverage on our lakes. Reporting in Hayden, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Boy, that water's got to be cold. Well, we went one-on-one with Spokane Velocity head coach Lee Wiedemann. His expectations for the soccer team's first season next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Winterfest.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. The big beefy boy that started it all. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
One of my favorite programs is the People Helping People program.
Any BECU member can nominate a nonprofit that they care about.
We are so appreciative of BECU and their support for our program. One of our parents, who also happens to work here, was able to nominate us. Our service of the community really aligns well with BECU.
Last year, we gave away 3 grants in Spokane. This year, we're slated to give away $525,000.
Thanks to BECU, we are able to meet the needs of more families.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota, like Camry, Tacoma, Grand Highlander, and more. Celebrate the season with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. A classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Next ET.
Celebrating 50 years of hip hop.
Behind the scenes of Grammy's Big Salute. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
It was a stunning murder.
So she's shot in cold blood.
She is gunned down in her own house. But no one was prepared for what would happen next.
This is a huge twist. Oh my God.
Diary of a Killer. The new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Welcome back. Northwest Winterfest is back at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. It's the Pacific Northwest's largest illuminated lantern display. You can take a stroll through 5 buildings filled with different light displays. There's also live entertainment, activities for the kids, and refreshments. A few of the displays are also handcrafted by local artists. Sam Song, one of the co-chairs of the event, says Northwest Winterfest is a way to celebrate different cultures with your family and embrace the holiday spirit.
I enjoy Spokane so much, and I want to mix in some cultures to the light show during the holiday season. Give something different, and people still enjoy Christmas, culture, arts, festivals. That's why we're here.
I love Sam's enthusiasm for this. The event runs through December 31st. You can swing by the Expo Center on Friday from 5 to 8, Saturday from 4 to 8, and on Sunday from 3 to 6. Well, Spokane Public Schools' HEART program is hosting its annual gift card drive to support students who are facing homelessness. Monday is the last day to donate so students can receive their gift cards before winter break. As soon as that last bell at school rings, some students don't have a home to run off to. Spokane Public Schools has identified over 250 students who are currently experiencing homelessness and don't have the support of their legal parent or guardian. Over 1,000 SPS students live in an unstable housing situation. These are the students the gift cards would go to.
this is for you. This is for you to celebrate the holiday season. And so we really just try to focus on that. Kids don't expect it. So their eyes light up like, oh my gosh, you were thinking of me? So it's pretty amazing on that giving end.
Well, take a look at your screen here. There are several different ways you can still donate to ensure these kids have a Merry Christmas. Pretty cool program. All right, we are 99 days away, can you believe it, from the Spokane Velocity's first game at One Spokane Stadium. Sports Director Julian Minnesone caught up with head coach Lee Veidman ahead of tomorrow's Spokane tryouts.
What was the reaction when you found out you were the guy?
It was extremely exciting, of course, to know that I was getting this opportunity to work with the organization. I knew from the interview process the people that were involved and the vision for the club. So to be chosen to be the leader of that was absolutely fantastic. It came at a very interesting time for me because I was in the USL Championship final with another organization, so two good positives there, but it was really about, you know, managing those emotions. So it was exciting.
We're on the eve of the tryouts here, at least the Spokane tryouts. What are you looking for as far as the type of players you want to bring into the club now you're building it from the ground up?
Yeah, we've got a real clear identity in how we want to play as a team in connection to our organization, and we want to find guys that fit that identity. But the big thing for us is also finding good people. We want good people in the organization. We've got that in the front office. We've got that in the technical staff, and we want to make sure we follow that with guys on the pitch.
What's success in year one?
Success in year one is really getting that identity dialed in on the field, getting the correct players to fit our identity, and then having a real clear style of play for us in year one. So if you're at the last game of the season, you can look at our team and say, that is a Spokane Velocity team. We want to win, we want to be successful, we want to get into playoffs. I want to make that very clear, but you know, you've got to balance the reality of that too, in year one being an expansion team.
A huge piece of this, of course, is One Spokane Stadium. What are your thoughts on that monster that was built here in downtown?
It's extremely impressive. I followed along with the announcements of the stadium. I saw renderings, I saw photos as it was getting built, and then I saw the final version of it on social media, and then to actually get to see it in real life, it is a sight to be seen. It's an impressive stadium, so we're super excited to be playing in that on March 16th at home.
I know you're still exploring the Spokane community a little bit, but with the successful fan bases that the Timbers have, and the Reign, and the Sounders, what do you think it is about the Northwest that embraces soccer so much?
There's a real sporting community here. You know, Spokane specifically, you've got the universities here, some very successful sports teams within each university. So there is a real sports community here. People want to buy into something, they want to believe in something, they want to be entertained, they want to go and have fun. Who doesn't? So I think not just specifically in the Northwest, but across the world, people want to see that.
All right, Veidman, only 35 years old, originally from Liverpool, England. The Velocity have already sold 3,800 season tickets. The first home game is set for March 16th at One Spokane Stadium. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Okay, guys, have a great day. Don't forget you have soccer after school. Bye, Mom.
See our huge selection of Highlanders built for everyday drivers at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Join us on a holiday vacations tour. Explore Alaska on a Glacier Bay cruise June 4th to the 16th. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night cruise including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com keyword Spokane for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Adventure awaits at Silver Mountain Resort this winter. Enjoy some of the best terrain in the region, only 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Family, friends, and smiles as big as the wide-open vistas. Relax in a beautiful condo just a stroll away from dining, water slides, indoor surfing, and 84 degrees. And a gondola ride away from our new covered carpet lift, tubing, and acres of snow rider heaven. Your winter adventure awaits at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Did you know
that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Experience the magic and share the joy at Disney's Frozen, the spectacular new musical. From the producer of The Lion King and Aladdin, this beloved story comes to life on stage in an unforgettable theatrical experience. You've never seen Frozen like this.
Disney's Frozen is coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th to August 4th. Don't be left out in the cold. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com today. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
All right, welcome back. We got to see the sun again today, which was kind of nice. But those changes are coming, although it sounds like we're not going to get as much snow as we were originally expecting.
That is true. We had a variety of scenarios going into this weekend. I think we're starting to get a handle on how much snow to expect. First, let's talk about heading out the door for some Friday night fun, or just staying inside is fun too. That sounds nice on a chilly night. Temperatures are down below freezing in Coeur d'Alene. We're right at freezing in Spokane, but clear skies in both locations. So the only problem you might run into tonight is some patchy freezing fog on the roadways. Otherwise, it is a good night to be out and about. Dry and cold tonight. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Then we have the snow coming in late in the day Saturday. There's a winter weather advisory for Spokane. 2 to 4 inches is what we are looking at in Spokane, and a lot of that is going to be melting, certainly on the roads as we get into the day Sunday, because we're going to be warming up. We do have that winter weather alert for this area in purple. 2 to 4, there will be pockets where we could get up to 5 inches of snow in this area. The heavier snows will be in the central panhandle, in the valleys, particularly south of I-90, and there are winter storm warnings for the passes, Snoqualmie and Stevens. Here's a look at some of the totals we're expecting there. Up to 30 inches in Stevens, up to 2 feet in Snoqualmie. Meanwhile, 4th of July Pass, where they just had a little bit of snow in the last hour, up to 10 inches, up to 14 inches of snow this weekend at Lookout Pass, which I know is especially welcome. Here's a look at the timing. Our Saturday planner will be at 24 degrees to start the day. May see some filtered sunshine early in the day. Then the clouds will be increasing as we get into the afternoon, and that snow showing up just about the time folks are heading out for an early dinner or holiday party. Will be down below freezing by 7 o'clock. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days, we're going to be well above freezing for our highs, getting close to 40 degrees. On Tuesday, this black line is our average high, and we'll be starting to see things cool down heading into next weekend, but that is not the trend. Here's a look at our 8 to 14 day from the Climate Prediction Center. We are in the orange throughout the western United States, above average temperatures and just a sliver of below average precipitation for extreme eastern Washington and North Idaho. Not necessarily something we want to see in terms of beefing up our snowpack and getting our ski areas all ready to go. And White Christmas is still a question. We'll be working on that. Our high temperatures tomorrow, 35 in Spokane, 35 degrees in Coeur d'Alene as well as Pullman. We'll be below freezing in Colville, Sandpoint, and Bonners Ferry, but we are going to see that warmer air on the way for Sunday. So expect warmer temperatures on Sunday and some melting snow. Snow comes in late into a wet Sunday. We'll continue with the wet weather through the day, but any accumulating snow should be over by early in the morning, and then it's more of a rain-snow mix. A slight chance of precipitation Monday, and then we are done for the rest of the week. An occasional mountain shower, but nothing to shovel, and I don't think you even need to break the snowblower out for this one, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, one of the best parts of the holiday season is driving around and seeing all the decorated homes. For years, one woman has been creating an online map of the best homes in our area. In this week's Air for Adventure, we give you a bird's eye view of one home on that list.
My family has a tradition getting hot cocoa made up and getting in the car, going around and looking at the Christmas lights around town. Had been kind of gathering maps from all over the news websites, Facebook groups, and I just kind of had them all jumbled together. I decided to put them into a Google map, and that was just for my own family. But last year with COVID, everybody was looking for something to do. And so I just decided to share my map because it's massive. A lot of people have loved it and it just helps them find the really good areas to go check out or what's near their house. Ones that stand alone, but they just have, I don't even know, millions of lights. And so those are kind of a destination even just for the one house.
We've lived here 32 years and we've been putting up Christmas lights from the get-go. It's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of people that come by, and it's always a pleasure to see the cars driving by. Usually on Fridays and Saturdays, right around 7 o'clock in the evening, for about an hour, we hand out candy canes to the cars going by. There's a lot left to do. A 20-foot Frosty that we put up still, another huge reindeer, and then we have all our Looney Tunes cut out that my wife hand-painted. And of course, there's always more lights, and it's something that we really enjoy. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho, ho, ho!
Looks awesome. All right, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight as we head to a break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I've always been drawn to artists like this. Yeah, me too. This used to be one of my favorites when I was younger. You're me. Yeah, after you quit the firm and follow your passion.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
Have you heard about the TYM 2515 tractor? It's a full-feature compact tractor that's made for landscapers, hobby farmers, and landowners. And through the end of 2023, get 0% interest and 84 months with the largest lift capacity in its class. Get the best incentives of the year right now by visiting TYMOffers.com. Better yet, visit Cascade Tractor Supply in Spokane. TYM.
This Christmas, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay and take advantage of year-end specials on your favorite Toyotas. Plus, delay payments for up to 90 days, making it a great time to check off your wish list for that perfect gift from Findlay.
Another successful year of making spirits bright at Cowley Park. It just keeps getting bigger and better. We couldn't do it without the wonderful help from our sponsors, Ace Hardware and Horizon Credit Union. I'm Mark Peterson with the Extreme Team.
Spokane Exercise Equipment is the Inland Northwest premier provider of top-of-the-line exercise and rehabilitation equipment. Once the Spokane Exercise Equipment technicians have finished setting up your new home gym, that's when the workout competition begins. Spokane Exercise Equipment has all you need to achieve your fitness goals. They offer delivery, installation, service, and maintenance for all residential and commercial customers. Visit them in downtown Spokane or go online to see their full line of products.
What is a jewelry design center? It's a growing family-owned business with nearly half a century and 3 generations of jewelry making experience. A team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who love what they do. A full on-site manufacturing shop available to the public for repairs and custom requests of all kinds. A center for free polish and inspection, even if you didn't buy it from us. We are not your average jewelry store. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you?
Yeah, you. In a few years.
How?
You went back to school. Finished your degree.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
4 News Now is brought to you by Disney's Frozen, the musical, BroadwaySpokane.com.
All right, welcome back. We want to finish this show by saying goodbye and happy retirement to our friend Ernie Vella, who is retiring today. Was his last shift after nearly 40 years in the news business. He will certainly be missed by all of us here at KXLY, where he's worked for the last 16 years. Enjoy retirement, Ernie, and hit him straight.